And look, one other thing, if Anthony Albanese wants to continue to bury himself and his leadership, he needs to continue to say there were no federal implications from the by-election. So a 7% swing against Labor apparently means nothing. The CFMEU are telling Albanese to stop developing policies in the inner city coffee shops. It's clear whatever other political failings he has, Albanese knows nothing about maths. I mentioned last night the booth of Singleton, coal heartland. In the 2007 federal election, Joel Fitzgibbon got 60% of the primary vote. By 2019, it was 36%. In the 2015 state election, the same booth returned 36% of the primary vote to Labor. Last weekend, 20%. And now there's suggestions that stage 3 of the tax cuts, which would remove the 37 cents in the dollar tax bracket from the year 2024, so all workers earning between $45,000 and $200,000 would pay a maximum tax of 30 cents in the dollar. Terrific stuff by Josh Frydenberg. Labor's talking about going to an election, promising to repeal the tax cut. Why doesn't Albo just knock on the Prime Minister's door and tell him he can have the keys to the lodge for the next 5 years? Jodi McKay must surely go as the New South Wales Labor Leader. Albo shouldn't be far behind. But there's a bit of dirt stuff going around about Jodi McKay's candidature today, or at least the candidature of someone likely to oppose it. I put something up on my Facebook. 75% of those who voted on the Facebook prefer someone other than Jodi McKay. But for good government, you've got to have good opposition. In Western Australia, Victoria, New South Wales and Canberra, there's none. If the public are to have the final say, they've got to set their face today, tomorrow and next week against net zero carbon dioxide emissions. It is the latest, but not the last, massive hoax. Scientist after scientist. One so-called climatologist in 1976 at the National Centre for Atmospheric Research in Colorado warned that the present world food reserves, this was 1976, would not protect the world from famine, and we were facing, quote, the most abnormal period in 1,000 years, unquote. You see, we've heard it all before. The Guardian newspaper, that arbiter of left-wing knowledge, in 2004 headlined, and I quote, "Britain will be Siberia in less than 20 years." Well, nothing's changed. It's just that the hoax is new. The new hoax is net zero carbon dioxide emissions. What are your thoughts? You're a wake up? Email me, alan@skynews.com.au, or the text line 0414 000 848.